or not, we have to technically finish 5-1 in order to call the semester an overall success. I realize you just took a test on Friday, so the words I'm about to say seem a little redundant, but it is what it is. I do what I'm told. We're doing 5-1 today and tomorrow. There's a 5-1 test on Wednesday. We're doing 5-1 today and tomorrow. There's a 5-1 test on Wednesday. On Thursday, we'll just work on the semester exam study guide, any questions we have left. And then Friday will probably just be like, if you need help, whatever it is. So hopefully we can finish up the semester exam study guide and it not have to bleed over into Friday. But regardless, you still have a 5-1 test Wednesday. If you were to, let's say, I haven't graded those 4, 5, 4, 8, 4, 7 tests, the test on Friday. Most people didn't finish and need more time, so I'm hoping I won't ramble as long as some other people just did. I'm hoping I'll get it together and say my words quickly. So you can finish that. If you fail the 4, 5, and 4, 8 tests, and then you fail the 5-1 test, don't you think I'm going to look into whether or not that changes your exemption status? I sure am. So I would make sure I at least got my C on both, or else Wisconsin's going to start questioning whether or not I was actually supposed to be exempt.
Teachers, students, excuse this quick interruption. Those students who are first period driver's ed, your check-in, check-out forms will be in student services. So if you have a driver's ed student, first period, please send them to student services to pick up their check-in, check-out forms. Thank you.
Okay, so we're starting on 53 on the semester exam study guide. We have a little bit of 5-1 notes today. Those are on your desk when you walked in the room. The good news is 5-1 we've really technically been handling in our math workshops. So it should just be a review. So it ought to be an easy A of a test and a good grade booster. Literally this week should just be a grade booster because the 5-1 test should be easy for you. With a little bit of homework, it should be easy. And then as discussed, you're going to show me at the end of the week that you've done the semester exam study guide, and that's going to be an easy 100-point grade as well. So you would think, very bottom, you would think there's potential to really help you grade this week. Oh, I'm not so sure. Okay. How about damage strips? Arturo's already getting his group a point. Number 53 is B. The first equation is multiplied by 2. They asked what number should we multiply that second equation in order to get rid of the x variable. If we multiply the top equation by 2, it would be 12x. So that the other equation needs to be a negative 12x. So it has to be a negative 3. He is correct. And he got his point. In fact, he was so on it so quickly, he can have an extra point. 54, which system of inequalities is graphed. You gotta look at the shading and stuff too. Well, they all have the same lines. 54 is B. You can have a point. I did not figure it out that quickly. I had to put it in y equals mx plus b. If you rearrange that top equation,
it goes down to 5. And then you can look at the shading. The arrow pointing that way. So obviously the shading that way. Dummy.
it's not dummy. That was really good stuff. Negative 2x minus 5. It does have an intercept at negative 5. It does have a negative slope. It is greater than. So we were going to shade it over here. That's that dotted line we would have shaded where I colored blue. As for the bottom equation, if we had rearranged it, negative 2y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 9. When we divide by that negative 2, we have to remember to flip the sign. So it ends up being y is less than or equal to 3 over 2x. Do you have a check-in slip, maybe? Because I didn't mark it. Okay, perfect. We got y is less than or equal to 3 over 2x minus 9. Well, that line was here, and less than would be there, so we're looking for where that overlap is, which is where they colored it really dark, and set this correct. That is the correct answer. They were trying to trick you to see if you remembered when you divided by a negative to flip the sign. Okay, we'll do a couple more, but then we gotta move on so you can have time to maybe work on your test if you didn't get to finish it Friday. 55. Let's go to it. We're going to do those as well. We're all over it. I think we'll stop after 55. We'll leave all the matrices for tomorrow. What is the value of y in the solution of the system of equations? And they give you 3 systems. What's the easiest way to handle 3 systems?
Okay. Oh, no.
Yes, to put it in a matrix in your calculator. 3, you can have a point. So we're going to have 2, 2, 1 for our first column. What's our second column going to be? With the y. Yes, Hunter. And then what's the third column going to be? Yes, and what's the very last column going to be? Okay, so I've got to put this matrix in my calculator. It is a what by what? It's a 3 by 4. Archer, get your point. 3 rows, 4 columns. He is correct. Okay, I think I've typed it in correctly. I've got it typed in as matrix A. When I go to the math button on my calculator, what command am I going to scroll to in order to solve? You can have 2 points if you remember. What button? Once I have it typed in as a matrix, what button lets me solve? It's under math. So I've typed in matrix A. I go to math. Which one of these lets me decide how to solve this system? Did we ask for the determinant? No. I'm only going to give you one. Because it's got to be. I see that. It's RF. So that's why I'm giving. That's why I'm giving Reagan 1 point. He said ref. It's got to be RF. So we've gone to RF. She said. You said that? You said it too. He had said it first. 1 loose point, your winners. You did, but he said it way sooner. He had it super early. He over there whispered it like 3 hours ago. Okay, and I get this, which makes me happy because I see that what matrix on the left with the 1s and 0s. What's that called? Oh Lord, that's the identity matrix. So the answer is 2, -8, 5. And they asked specifically for the y value, so that's going to be the -8, so it's B. Concerning. If I were you and I was trying to get a head start on the other groups for tomorrow's points, I would go ahead and work a lot of the next matrix problems, because that's definitely what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay, let's go to your notes for today. They were on your desk when you walked in. Again, today's really a review because anyone not get them? Okay, today's really a review because Kelsey, there's some on the front from then. Don't look at him see early. We've already kind of dealt with this during math workshop. In fact, it's so much of a review. And I'm saying we're doing page 1 and 2, but I really don't even think I'm going to look at page 1. Because if you don't know that when we multiply, we add the exponent. When we divide, we subtract. We can't have a negative exponent with send it to the denominator. We've discussed all of the things here. So I don't feel the need of going back through that properties of exponents chart. That's really if you need it, although you should already know it. And if you don't, we are concerned. The test is on Wednesday. So really, nope, 60% everything. Really, all we're going to do today are these 12, and then you've got 8 more that are yours. The ones that say independent practice are yours. Oh, Hovercam, we're going to have to restart you today. I can already tell some of those guys. Can you just hold it together to let me finish this class for your second instruction? Dang. Who messed with you so your autofocus lock makes you in gray? Okay. I'm not going to zoom in anymore. I'm sorry if you can't see. You got the problems on your paper. Number 1, we're multiplying, so we need to do what with those exponents? So, and you get what number?
Out of focus. Out of focus.
I don't care. What do you get when you add them all together? Okay, let's see. So a point to 6 for adding, a point to 6 and 3 for the correct answer. It's x to the 15th. If you listen with your ears, that's where I say the answer, even if the camera doesn't cooperate. Okay, number 2.
8 and 6.
Because we do what to the exponents?
We subtract them.
Yes, Archer, get your point.
6.
Too late. Number 3 is x to the what power? Y is x to the 28 day.
I was gonna say it.
We multiply our exponents. Point for you, Jay. Now I finally get to a more difficult one. Got a bunch of things we're going to multiply together. 2 times 3 times 1 is 6. So I know my number in front is 6. It's a to the what power? It's an understood 1, but we're not going to write it because we're smarter than that. The reason he got that is 3 minus 2 is 1. A point for you, Hunter. It's b to the what power? It remains b to the second. 6 another.
No, she said 6.
6 another. Table 6 another.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about that C?
C is
So what am I going to do with it? I'm going to move it to that denominator. So C to the 2. Every group can have a point. As long as you understand, I can't leave it as C to the negative 2. I've got to change things up. You put it in the denominator. Number 5.
1 over q to the 5th r1.
Whoa. Q first.
Okay, I agree with the q to the 5th. I agree with the r to the 1. I'm not going to write the 1 you said. I really wasn't even going to write the 1 up here. I shouldn't have. So Arturo gets a point. He did 2 minus 7. He got q to the negative 5. 4 minus 3. He got r to the 1. But he understood, hey, I can't actually tell Miss Compton that negative exponent, so he punished it and put it in the denominator. That was good. Number 6. A to the what? Okay, so 3 plus 2 is 5. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2. And Hunter can still get his point because he's the one who fixed it himself. So. Good job, Hunter. Yes, good job, Hunter. 7's where life finally gets a little more interesting. We got to raise each of these things to the 3rd power. Really impressed if you know this one.
6 to the 3rd.
Which is?
30.
36 times 6, but it's, I need to know the number.
I got you. Hang on.
I think it's 216. It
It's
is
16.
216.
Hey, yo, chill out. I was getting to that.
Okay, G to the what power?
G to the 15th.
I heard J first.
And h to the negative 12.
So I need to guess.
Yep, and move the h on there.
I'll give Day another point and Archer another point. Number 8, even more fun times. Let's see if you get this one right. B to the what? Hunter get another point. I knew he knew 4 times 3 was 12 and 2 times 3 was 6. I wasn't worried about the exponents. I was worried about the negative 2 to the 3rd. negative 2 raised to the third really is negative 8. So I thought he was going to mess up that sign. Number 9.
1 over egg 8.
Thank you. Arturo is going to get the point. He had it out the fastest. I heard someone say n to the negative 8, but you know I can't have that negative, so we got to punish it. So yeah, you can have that intermediate step, but your very last answer better not have negative exponents. Okay, number 10. Ooh, this one's a good one.
Negative 8 over M4. M4.
He is still not completely correct. Does anyone else have the completely correct answer? Every person that started off with their answer started off with 8. My final answer does not start off with an 8.
4.
Yeah. Doesn't 8 over 16 reduce to 1/2? So shouldn't we have something over 2? Okay, but it's m to the 4 because 3 minus 7 is negative 4. I punished it. And then what about the n's? They do cancel out. You can have 2 points for that, ma'am. So what do I put in the numerator then? Just a 1. Okay, every group can have a point. Ooh, I like number 11 too. Number 11.
21.
I like this one.
No. Yeah.
Negative 28 divided by 7. I heard the negative 4 from 6, so they can get the point for that. But tell me about the rest of it.
A is
8 of the watt power is in the numerator denominator. And it's 8 of the... Okay, every group can have the point. And then it's b to the... It is b to the 4th. I heard Arturo first. He can have another. Okay, last but not least. Oh, this one's a good one. Use your brain. Some stuff can be simplified first. That would be smartest of you. Use your brain and simplify the inside first before you raise it to the negative 3. I will give you 3 points if you can tell me the final answer.
It's 0 from it's 0 V8 over A8.
Anyone else got a guess for that final answer before I start doing intermediate stuff? It has a solution. That was a good guess really fast there. Okay, let's do this one step at a time. I can simplify the insides. The 5 can't change, but it could be 8 of the watt power in the denominator, right? Yeah, because it's 8 of the 6 in the denominator there, right? Or is this wrong?
Well, see, okay, if you move the 7 down, and then it'll be A to the A. If you move the
Okay,
6
so
up,
how me and Miss Brister saw things the same way. So what I actually do is I subtract. So I said 5, a to the negative 7 minus 1, and b to the 2 minus a negative 6. So I realized that was 5, a to the negative 8, b to the 8. And I said, wouldn't it be smart of me to go ahead and put that a to the negative 8 in the denominator? And then I moved it so it would be positive. I don't know why I wrote it negative again. So far I have So I did negative 7 minus 1 got negative 8. I punished it and moved it to the denominator. So A is now the denominator. I had 2 minus negative 6, so that ends up being a positive 8. So I left it in the numerator. But again, this whole thing is raised to the negative 3. Hunter made a mistake right here. And this is why I tuned him out. He might have had the rest of it right. He made a tiny mistake right here, and that's why I tuned him out. 5 to the negative 3 is not going to be negative 75. 5 to the negative 3 is going to be negative 125. B to the negative 24, because 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. 8 times negative 3 again is negative 24. But literally, I'm just going to make the variables swap places. Whew, I can do this. A to the 24. B to the 24, because I couldn't leave them negative. So since B was negative in the numerator, I moved into the denominator. Since A was negative in the denominator, I moved into the numerator. So my final answer, that one was a doozy, is negative 125, A to the 24, B to the 24. Yes. Negative 5 raised to the negative 3. Is that mine?
Yes.
No, it's somebody's phone does not have that. Okay, oh, this one?
Dude, I thought it was me.
I thought it was you too.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. Before I let you go, because that would make me nervous, which problem that's supposed to be yours looks the most like that hard one? Mia get a point, she said it first. So try number 8, and let's make sure we both all get the same answer on number 8, and then I'm going to be done. Say what now? Yes. I hate it when I'm wrong. Don't you hate that? Don't you absolutely hate that? I hate it when I'm wrong. Like, I know I should be a better sport, but I hate it when I'm wrong. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. Miss Bristol. You let me do it too.
I did?
Yes. Hunter, I made fun of you, and I'm just as much of a blonde. Arturo, you can have a point.
What? No, what?
5 raised to the 3 is 125. Negative 5 raised to the 3 is negative 125. But 5 raised to the negative 3, he's right.
0.008. Yes.
5 raised to the negative 3, shouldn't we put it in the denominator?
We should get 3 points, like you said. Oh, you better there.
So Arturo said 0.008, which is 1 over 125, so technically that's why he is going to get a point. Darn it! No. You did not give me the whole answer. Your exponent's wrong. Okay, so let's humor Miss Compton, and now that I've questioned all insanity, let's do number 8 together. So, I'm going to leave the 4 alone. I'm going to have x to the negative 2 minus 1, y to the 3 minus negative 4. So I've got 4x to the negative 3, y to the 7. Because 3 plus 4 is 7. I did negative 2, and there was 1 down here. Aren't we supposed to subtract? So negative 2 minus 1. And then I did 3 minus a negative 4, which is how I ended up with a plus 7. Are there any questions about the pink line? 4x to negative 3, y to the 7. Now you and I both know I need to fix that and go ahead and move that x to the negative 3 down. So it'll be x to the 3rd in the denominator. Number 8 of your independent practice. I've still got to raise it to that -2. To begin with, it said it was all raised to the -2, and I've yet to raise everybody to the -2. So I've really got 4 to the -2, y to the -14, x to the -6. And so I'm literally just going to play flopperoo and say x to the 6 to be positive, 4 to the 2 to the denominator positive, y to the 14 to the denominator positive. So everybody swap places. If you were in the denominator, now you're in the numerator. Numerator, now denominator. And all because they all had negative exponents, which we cannot allow. So my final answer is x to the 6 over 16, y to the 14. Okay, well those are doozies. Those are literally the best because they show, do you know how to subtract the powers? Do you know how to raise a power to a power? And do you know what to do when you have a negative exponent? So while you might not love number 8, it really shows me I understand all the rules of exponents combined into one problem. So it's kind of genius. I would have to look and see, Hunter, and you want me to be more, I can't know all the things all the time. I'm working on it. I don't know. I look. Okay, the independent practice is yours. If you didn't finish your test from Monday and you'd like the next 10 minutes to work on that, that's fine as well. I am checking the independent practice tomorrow.